Weekend Game Plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Mr. Mark Lidbetter joining us at Lidlines on Twitter and sports at thesuburban.com if you want to get in touch with him. How you doing, sir?
Excellent, Matthew. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you as well, Mark. Now, Mark, it's been a few weeks since you and I spoke, so I hope the amateur scene is in good hands. I'm sure it is. But let us start with something going on. Kind of relevant because of the Paralympics going on.
That's right. Today, people will get to try some sports from the para-athlete's perspective, because from 10 until 1, people can take part in a torch relay event as the Défi Sportif Altergo team, the ones that organize those great Défi Sportif games, which is going to be celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. They're going to pay a visit to the l'Association Sportive et Communautaire de Centre Sud, which is located at 2093 Rue de la Visitation. So from 10 to 1 today, they can show up and take a unique opportunity to try hockey, wheelchair basketball, and volleyball, in addition to being sensitized to the importance of universal accessibility. And the organizers are guaranteeing a fun time for all who come and try.
Elsewhere, Mark, on the wheelchair side of things, this is interesting.
Yeah. Best junior wheelchair basketball athletes of Canada. They started competing at the Centre Sportif de Cégep Edward Montpetit in Longueuil yesterday. Tournament runs through Sunday. And the importance of this event is that it acts as the seeding tournament for the 2019 Canada Games in Red Deer, Alberta this summer. Now, athletes representing Quebec, Ontario, New Brunswick, Manitoba, all the provinces are going to be there. And the teams include several athletes from the Canadian national team program. So these are the aspiring Paralympians will be participating. And spectators are invited to attend the tournament and enjoy the action, with the gold medal game taking place Sunday at noon. And the full schedule and information can be found out at www.wheelchairbasketball.ca. So if they want to see some devoted athletes of this sport, head on over to Longueuil this weekend.
All right. Speaking of basketball, I like this story out of Laval. Mini March Madness, you're calling it.
That's right, and I'll be out there tomorrow to see the youngest players of basketball, as Basketball Laval is going to host a pair of games at École Secondaire Saint-Maxime. Now at noon, the novice level will feature an East versus West All-Star matchup. So they've been practicing, they've taken players from each team on coaches' suggestions. And then followed at 2 p.m., the Mini Laval All-Stars are going to try their skills against a Mini AAA counterpart team. So these kids are all pumped for this event on the hardwood at the École Secondaire Saint-Maxime.
And finally, this is something we never really talk about here, Mark, but wrestling. It's big in Montreal, isn't it?
Yeah, especially out of the YMYWHA. That's a solid program, and that's where GSP also trained for his judo skills. And the Canadian Championship titles are up for grabs as the Canada's top wrestlers compete at the 2018 Junior and Senior Canadian Wrestling Championships this weekend. It'll be taking place at the Complex Sportif Claude Robillard. The event got underway yesterday. It has the men's and women's freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling divisions. And these championships are also important because they're used to select the national team athletes who are going to represent the country at various events throughout the season, including the Junior World Championships and the Pan Am Championships and the Men's Seniors World Championships. Well, they are being hosted by the Club de Lutte Interconcordia, along with the Fédération de Lutte Olympique de Québec. And the wrestling program out of the Reinhardtstein Wrestling Center of the Y is well represented, as you've got a baker's dozen junior wrestlers and 21 seniors taking part in the different weight categories. Now, the event started yesterday with the junior men's freestyle and women's competition. Today, people could go there and see the senior men's freestyle and the women's competition. And it'll conclude Sunday with the junior and senior men's Greco-Roman competition, which is something different. There's not many provinces that participate in it, and it's a different take on it, but that's the original Olympic-style wrestling.
Very cool. All right, well, thesuburban.com is the website, sports@thesuburban.com if you want to get in touch with Mark for this segment or for the paper, which is certainly out weekly, longest-running English newspaper in the province. Mark, thank you so much. Enjoy the action this weekend.
My pleasure. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next weekend as well on Sunday, I believe, out at the Sports Celebrity Breakfast.
No, I'm going to pretend I don't know you.
Okay.
Oh, right. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll wear my glasses with the mustache and the fake nose.
I'm looking forward to it, but remember, Dave Trentadue will also be on site. We'll talk about that. I should mention, yes, the Sports Celebrity Breakfast at the Cummings Center will actually be broadcasting live in 8 days from 7 a.m. till 9:30 with a lot of celebs. Mark just let the cat out of the bag. Thanks a lot, Mark.
I didn't know that.
I'm just kidding. Thanks, Mark. We'll see you then.
I usually see you there anyway. We could have just laid that off. Take care, boys. Have a great week.
All right, you too. There you go. That's Mark Lidbetter.